January 21st, 2025. Mental health is real. Seek help and the stigma. On the news this afternoon. Police give update on recovery effort after Bonny boat mishap. Bukuma residents decry impact of ongoing oil spill on livelihood. PDP board chairman Wabara responds to FCT minister criticisms. Now on the foreign scene, US President Trump sacks 4 senior officials, warns of more dismissals. I'm Ifechu Kumoyle with the news. Now, the spokesperson for the Rivers State Police Command, Grace Iringekoko, says bodies of the 3 people who drowned in a boat mishap along the Bonny waterways have been recovered. In a statement, Iringekoko said the other 19 passengers have been rescued. She described the incident as tragic. Also, the chairman of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria Rivers Commercial District, Israel Pebble, said the boat mishap was caused by a windstorm. At least 3 people, including a toddler, died after a passenger boat capsized on the Bonny waterway in Rivers State. The incident occurred Sunday evening around 5 p.m. near the Yellow Platform area close to Bonny Island. The boat, carrying 22 passengers, was traveling from Port Harcourt to Bonny when it was reportedly hit by a storm. Meanwhile, the chairman of Bonny Local Government Area, Anengi Barasoa, Claude Wilcox, has expressed sadness over the tragic boat mishap that claimed 3 lives, including a toddler, on the Bonny Port Harcourt sea route on Sunday. Mrs. Claude Wilcox, in a statement by the Council Secretary, John Gabriel Pebble, sympathized with the families of the victims and prayed for God to grant them the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. The statement also advised travelers along the Bonny sea route to be cautious of the weather conditions and strictly adhere to safety rules on passenger ferries to prevent similar incidents in the near future. He said 19 survivors of the boat mishap have been taken for medical attention at the expense of the Bonny local government. The statement also said the preliminary investigations indicate that the tragedy was caused by a sudden oceanic storm that destabilized the boat, leading to the unfortunate incident. Moving on, some residents of Bukuma in Rivers State say the ongoing crude oil spill that has led to a fire in the area has impacted their livelihood. An online video showed 2 periwinkle pickers on the muddy bank of the water, lamenting their inability to pick periwinkles from the area.
All our things, crude oil don't spoil and finish. For us, for them, nothing they see this time right thing. Nothing come out. I beg, wait for the government, make them go help us. Me, my children, and this is time I carry children. Make gonna help us. Tell government, they see the kind of suffer where we they suffer. Since morning, I dey here, they find this and no one come. This one where I pick, all of them don't die. So nothing, I beg, come and tell government. Oh yeah. We know they sleep because of that thing where they flow. And the thing don't spoil all our water. Our inside they don't die finish. Nothing will they see people. Now hunger our children they go school. The inside one will go try pick. And yes, one will go keep on, it don't die.
A fisherman seen checking the net he cast into the water showed an empty net.
Nothing will they see for this river again because of the oil spillage. The oil don't spoil everything. See no fish since morning. See the oil everywhere. The women were there and the people where they go Prayako. They don't have to pick Prayako again because the oil don't kill all the Prayako where they on top of the mangrove. Everything don't spoil. We not eat again. No money because now this thing now they use to survive as rivers people. Make government come help us for all of my year. Everything don't spoil finish because of the oil spillage.
In the meantime, the Nigerian Air Force has debunked reports that it is responsible for the explosion of the NNPCL warhead at Buguma community in Asaritora local government area of Rivers State. Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Vice Marshal Olushola Akimboyewa, in a statement said insinuations linking the NAF with the explosion are false, adding that high-definition video recording from the NAF platform, including footage from December 2024, clearly show the wellhead spilling oil and the barge already burned before its arrival at the location. He noted that the NAF ensures due diligence before engaging any target so that only illegal refining sites and equipment are destroyed. Moving on, reactions are following the comment the FCT Minister Weekend made about the lingering rivers crisis over the weekend. As you may know, the FCT Minister had a media chat in Abuja on Sunday and, among many things, downplayed the possibility of reconciling with the River State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara. Reacting to this, elder statesman Anab Saraiwe urged the FCT Minister to embrace all open opportunities to reconcile with Governor Fubara. Mr. Saraiwe said this in an interview with correspondent Shebi Oruwari.
I would advise him to embrace the PANDEF committee led by Obongata and let them be able to resolve it as a region for the two of them. It is better to resolve and work together in peace. If he was a governor, he should know that he was a governor. He's not a minister, and therefore he should behave like a minister and not behave like a governor. The governor is a governor of the state and he is the minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And therefore he should be able to face his business in Abuja and let the governor do his job there. But let there be peace, let there be reconciliation.
The elder statesman, however, said if the FCT minister fails to embrace peace and end the lingering political crisis, his political structures in the state will continue to shrink.
I am saying the FCT minister should embrace peace and resolve this issue with the government. It is to his advantage. But if he refuses to make peace, the end result will not be good for him. Because from now onward, his structures will be collapsing. Already he has no structure again. The governor abandoned the PDP structure, abandoned the APC structure, and used APP, an unknown party, to win the council. In the same token, if he refuses to make peace, the governor has several windows to use. The first one is to surrender. That's the first.
An APC member in River State, Chizi Yomasili, also spoke on this.
He do have a right to have an opinion on what he wants to do or what he does not want to do. But as a person, as a Christian, I believe that there is no point of reconciliation that one cannot reconcile. I believe that there is no point. But in reconciliation, the two parties must be ready to so reconcile. Maybe the offense or the counter offense would have been gone so deep that he's so pained. At that point, anybody who is pained can say anything. But for now, first the governor will have to show it, and then the FCT will have to accept it. But so the governor also has to show the fact that he wants to reconcile with.
The Rivers APC chieftain, however, reacted to the criticisms of some judges by the FCT minister.
He has his individuality. He has the right to be angry. He has the right to air his opinion. Whatever he's accused, the onus of defense is on him, not me. So he knows why he says certain things about. He has more intelligence about those judges than myself. So when he is speaking from the point of almost authority.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Board of Trustees (BOT), Adolphus Nwabara, has described comments made by the FCT minister in some weekends as disgraceful. Recall that during a media chat, the FCT minister said he would have disowned Nwabara if he were his father. In his reaction, Mr. Nwabara said it was unbecoming of a supposed man of honor to speak without decorum. The PDP BOT chairman said the utterance of the minister is not a mark of maturity. Still to come, telecoms subscribers to sue federal government over tariff increase. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back, and now the rest of the news. As local government chairmen mark their first 100 days in office, stakeholders are assessing their performance and setting expectations for the future. Speaking to correspondent Emeka Otuka, public affairs analyst Chioma Chukwu commended some chairmen for their efforts in reaching the grassroots in their various local government areas.
Between the current local government chairman in question and what you have in the other globe. Beginning from the first, I think I may be very honest in saying that a very handful of them are doing practically well, because these are persons who have been able to reach out to some persons, or particularly their local government. There is more than sufficient fund that has been released either from the federal government or the state government into the coffers of the LGA. So we expect them to do more. They have sufficient time to render the services that is expected of them. They have sufficient funds to carry out local activities that is expected in the Constitution.
Mr. Joko further urged the chairman to take advantage of local government financial autonomy to improve service delivery and meet the needs of their constituents. Public affairs analyst Olaleko Ige also bared his mind on this.
100 days, yes, some of them have concentrated on trying to reach out to people, trying to empower people in terms of provision of vehicles, trying to assist people in terms of donation of money, trying to carry out humanitarian programs in terms of reaching out to people during the youth-type season. Yes, I will say yes, some have shown that. These are parameters that are in the sustainable development goals to enable us judge how each of the council chairmen can perform.
Mr. Ige, however, said a clearer assessment of the performance of the council chairman would be possible after the presentation of their 2025 budget. He said the budget should focus on key areas of the sustainable development goals.
Some have done fairly well, some are still trying to scratch the surface in terms of what they can do. But I think the best way to be able to call the council chairman will be when they begin to present their budget for the year 2025. Remember the sustainable development goals. Those are the parameters through which we can measure the performance of council chairman in terms of lifting people out of poverty, economic empowerment, education, health, scholarship, giving opportunities for people to be able to fend for themselves.
In another development, one of the local government election petition panels in River State will rule today on the petition filed by the Labour Party candidate in Port Harcourt City local government area. Our correspondent who visited the three panels on Monday reports that almost all the petitions filed by aggrieved chairmanship and councillorship candidates have crossed the hearing stage. Recall that in October last year, more than 45 petitioners indicated interest in challenging the outcome of the October 5th, 2024 local government elections conducted by the River State Independent Electoral Commission, RISIEC. Most of the cases were filed by chairmanship candidates of the APC and Labour Party. And now the spokesperson of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Dele Oyewale, has debunked reports that the Commission targets individuals with legitimate sources of income for intimidation and arrest. Ms. Oyewale said this amid the controversy surrounding the killing of an EFCC operative in Anambra State during a failed operation to arrest a suspected fraudster. The EFCC spokesperson said the focus of the Commission is on those engaged in illicit financial activities. He spoke on Nigeria Info FM's Hard Fact.
You can be a trillionaire as long as your trillion and your billion, as long as they are legitimate. EFCC has no business with that. We only have businesses with accounts or finances that are not legitimate, that are fraudulent, and that raise issues also in financial circles. If there are reports of suspicious transactions or involvement in any suspicious deal, even if it is £1, the EFCC will go into it.
Now in business, Nigerians have vowed to drag the federal government to court over approval of a 50% increase in calls, data, and other telecommunication tariffs. The president of the National Association of Telecom Subscribers, Adeolu Ogumbajo, and the national spokesperson for the Association of Mobile Money and Bank Agents in Nigeria, Ogumbayi Ganiyu, said this during an interview with journalists. In entertainment, controversial Nigerian transgender Bobrisky has called the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, the wicked organization in Nigeria. Bobrisky made the statement while reacting to the Commission's plea, asking Nigerians to show empathy and humanity towards its official who was shot dead during one of its night raids in Anambra State. In a series of posts on Instagram, Bobrisky accused EFCC of hypocrisy, saying the police are 100% better. In sports, Super Eagles and Udinese goalkeeper Maduka Okoye is currently under watch for betting on his yellow card in a match against Lazio last March. The goalkeeper could be banned for up to 4 years if he is found guilty of illegal betting.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
U.S. President Donald Trump has sacked 4 senior government officials appointed by his predecessor and warned that over 1,000 more face imminent dismissal. In a first poll on Truth Social since his inauguration, President Trump said his presidential personnel office is actively in the process of identifying and removing over 1,000 presidential appointees from the previous administration who are not aligned with his vision to make America great again.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. The police said it has recovered the bodies of those who died in the Bonny boat mishap. Bukuma residents have decried the impact of ongoing oil spill on their livelihood. The chairman of the PDP Board of Trustees, Adolfo Zwabara, has responded to FCT Minister's criticisms. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Trump has sacked 4 senior officials and warned of more dismissals. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyele. Many thanks for listening.